Most guys are out there trying to qualify themselves to women, trying to make women like them, trying to tell women why they're so awesome. And hey, you need to pick me because I do all this cool stuff. Look at me, look at me. I have a really good job. I have a really good job. I'm taking you to a fancy dinner. Look at how fancy this dinner is. I brought you flowers. A lot of guys are doing that kind of stuff. Or worse, they're talking too much about themselves and giving too much about themselves away. How many of you guys do that? See, I definitely had that problem because I run my mouth. You think I have a podcast without running my mouth? Are you serious? Okay. Anyway, that was my problem. I talk too much. I give too much away. I like to tell too much about myself, too many stories about myself. And one thing that really helped me with that is by just having the mental model that women don't care. Like, women don't care about me. They don't care about my life, my backstory. They do. Okay, don't get me wrong. They do, but they love talking about themselves more. So the more I kept it in my head with the idea of she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Don't tell her that. She doesn't care. I stopped giving so much of myself away. And the thing is, when you don't give too much of yourself away, they want to dig it out of you. And the more they have to pull it out of you, the more invested they get. We'll get into all that kind of stuff. A lack of a go-to venue creates decision fatigue and shows indecisiveness. Most guys that suck with dating have no idea what they want to do for a first date, and they leave it up to the girl and they go, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you like doing for fun? What would you maybe consider thinking possibly going out with me sometime? Okay, well, what should we do? And then guys are doing that in the thinking that because men are like very linear thinking, right? So they're like, if A equals B, then C, right? So or if A plus B equals C, then if I make her happy by doing what she wants to do, then she'll like me more. But that's not how women operate, especially when it comes to dates. They want men to set the tone and lead. They want men to make the plans. And so they don't like being asked, what do you want to do? Where do we go? Where do you want to go? Where should we meet up? Right? They don't want, they'll often throw that back in your lap, right? Because that's what most guys are doing out there, trying to make these women happy. And that doesn't make them happy. So what I recommend is stop doing that crap. Right? Have a go-to place, a place where you take all your first dates to. That way, all you have to do is ask her, hey, when are you free to get together? When she tells you, oh, I'm free on, Thursday and Friday night. Great. Meet me at the Feisty Pint Thursday, 7 p.m. And it's easy. You don't have to think about it. You say the same place all the time. And she's excited that you have a plan in mind, and you're going to get more yeses when you do that sort of thing. But the best thing about it, and we'll get into it, is having a go-to place. You're familiar with everybody. You're familiar with the layout. You know how it's going to go. And the more you do this, the more you build up that muscle memory. And you've done this first date a million times. It's not a first date for you anymore, right? She's the only one that's been on this first date. By framing meet me at 7 p.m. at X projects confidence versus what do you want to do? The reason why we want to do this and say, meet me at such and such place at 7 p.m. is you have a plan in mind, okay? But you're also not asking her what she wants to do or asking her if she wants to meet up with you or if she wants to go out with you. You're telling her, great. Oh, you're free Thursday night? Great. Meet me at the Feisty Pint, 7 p.m. You're telling her what to do. It's a part of the 3 T's: tease, touch, and tell. It's bold, it's confident, and women, they like being told what to do by a guy that they're interested in. And she wouldn't have swiped on you if she wasn't at least somewhat interested in you in the first place, right? Or if you met her in the supermarket, she wouldn't have sat there and talked with you if she wasn't at least somewhat interested in you in the first place. Okay. So you don't be afraid to tell her what to do. She's going to like it. Every once in a while, you might get a little pushback, and it's usually in the form of a shit test, right? It'll be like, oh, you're so bossy, right? I used to get that every once in a while. Girls would be like, oh, you're really bossy. And I'd be like, yeah, but you like it. That's how I'd handle that sort of thing. Drinks only dates, they remove pressure and allow for better conversation dynamics. Why is that? Well, one, you're not worried about her ordering the lobster dinner and taking advantage of you. If you don't like her, because that's what you need to develop that mindset of do I like her or not? Instead of trying to qualify and make her like you need to go into every date going, do I even like this girl? Okay, well, if it's drinks only, it's relatively low cost and it could be over after one drink. Like if she's checking her phone the whole time and just you have to drag a conversation out of her and she's not that interested, don't stick around. Just be like, well, I gotta turn in early tonight. I got an early day tomorrow. Nice meeting you. Best of luck in your dating. And then you pay for pay for the drinks and get the hell out and bounce, right? Very low pressure, very low pressure. It's also low investment money wise, and these dates add up. And a vast majority of your first dates aren't going to pan out. That's just the nature of the beast. A lot of guys get discouraged. They go one or two dates that don't pan out, and they're like, "F this dating thing. This is bull." But they're the ones that are constantly trying to qualify themselves to these girls. So stop doing that. They need to qualify themselves to you. And once you change that dynamic, you'll find that when you stop giving too much away, you let them do most of the talking. You ask them the questions. Who's ever asking all the questions is in control of the conversation. So if she's asking you all the questions, you got to flip that. I went on a date with Marine Corps chick. If you guys go back in the archives, at the very beginning of the podcast, I was dating this gal, Marine Corps chick, and I didn't date her very long. She just wasn't the right person for me. Good gal though. But on the first date, we met up and man, she just went in hard on the questions, right? She just went in hard on the questions, like out the gate. And I just said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a lot of questions. Let me get one in. And that's how I flipped it around. And then after that, I was the one asking the questions. And then whenever she asked me a question, I would keep it short and vague and playful and then flip it around on her immediately. Okay. You want to be the one asking the questions, not the other way around. And we'll get into it, but you don't want to ask yes or no type questions. Because if you only ask yes or no type questions, you're going to get yes or no type answers, and you're going to have to drag conversation out of them. Okay. You want to get that ball rolling, get them talking long-windedly, by asking them open-ended questions. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing dates this way, where you have a go-to venue and you always go to the same place every time, it's always drinks and you're running the same playbook. It's the psychology of repetition, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. There's a reason why my Red Pill guide series they're very repetitive. A lot of guys are like, man, your books are repetitive. Like, yeah, it's because that's going to stick in your mind. Repetition is the mother of skill. Just constantly reinforcing the same ideas over and over again sticks in your subconscious better, right? Well, the same thing happens on dates. It's like being in the military and running drills, okay? In the moment, in the heat of the moment, you are going to default to your training. Okay. Well, this is your training. So if you go to the same place every time, you run the same playbook on the same girls, you talk about the same stuff every time, you're going to be able to do it without even thinking about it. And you're going to have way more success on the dating circuit because you've done it a bunch of times. Like dating, like anything else, is skill based. And if you're having no luck on the dating circuit, you need to work on those skills. Cool. All right, guys, follow me on social media. The links are in the description. I'm on all the good platforms. Get my free ebook. Fine. Here's how to get her back. A lot of you guys out here are out in the dating circuit and you need to move on, but it's such a grind out there. And I hate these first dates. And like, if I have to ask a girl what her favorite color is again for the 90th time, or if a girl asks me what my favorite color, I just want it. I just want to blow my brains out. Right. Well, so then you guys start looking at your ex like the low-hanging fruit. It might be, you know what? I know that relationship sucked. I know it's probably going to end the same, but at least I'm familiar with her. And so you want to get your ex back. Okay, fine. Here's how to get her back. The link's in the description. But by the time you're done reading that ebook, you're going to realize that's a terrible idea. Absolute terrible idea. And guys, if you did not know, my new book, Forget That Bitch, it's now available on Amazon and Audible. If you go to books.comeonmanpod.com, you can find all my books. That'll redirect you to my Amazon authors page. Audible is having a sale right now. So if you want to grab that book for the cheap, do a search on Audible and grab it. Okay. Or, if you have an Audible subscription, just use your next credit on it. It's all good. It's all good, baby. But did you know that most guys think the key to getting better with women is learning a few lines or a few tricks? But the truth is, until you let go of the one who broke you, you'll keep repeating the same cycle with different women. And those tips and tricks will only make you a geek with techniques, and it will do nothing to help you in a long-term relationship. But maybe you're still hung up on your ex. Maybe you can't stop stalking her IG or wondering if she'll come back. But here's the brutal truth. She's not coming back. And even if she does, it won't be the fairy tale reunion you've fantasized about. You can't build high-level game when you're still bleeding from the last heartbreak. That's why I wrote Forget That Bitch. It's a punch you in the gut, no guide to emotionally detaching from the woman who absolutely wrecked you. And it shows you how to reclaim your frame, rebuild your identity, and get your swagger back. So that developing game isn't about overcompensating. It's about becoming undeniable. Grab it on Amazon or Audible today. The link's in the description, or go to books.comeonmanpod.com to grab it from my author's page.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.